Hello and welcome to 4WC 2025. It's already been a long weekend, but we are not done yet. There is going to be quite a few matches. Austria versus the Philippines. Austria with this upset on the last week, unfortunately still losing versus Germany. And Philippines, who has been doing an insanely good job as well. Some fantastic scores. Fighting it now here out for the tournament live. I'm being joined by MALTESER. How are you doing, MALTESER?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic, Flof. I have high hopes for Austria. I mean, they played very well last week. They put up some decent scores. They took 3 points away from Germany, who was seeded number 2. Maybe their fortunes will keep going this way.
Yes, but this week it's a bit different. You know, we saw Germany just not being prepared, not a full squad last week. So Austria had some leeway and they took advantage of that. Looking at the scores in comparison to other teams, it wasn't as strong as one might expect from a point that got 3 points versus Germany. While if you look at the Philippines, you see some insane speed scores. We see a DT2 4-way FC. This is why I kind of expect like a No Mod 5 ban here probably from the Austrian side. Philippines has a lot to pick and choose from here. It's gonna be dangerous here for the Austrian team. They gotta pull together. They gotta pull it through. I think at the higher star rating, they have more potential for players like Fruit Cup to carry these matches and these maps. But it's gonna be an uphill battle here.
2-ban coming out and just...
Yeah, they want to get rid of that potential here, the carry potentially from Tepi Fangirl. We see Austria here banning No Mod 5 as well. Tepi Fangirl, of course, insane reading player. Last week, 99%, a clutch versus Germany on that. But yeah, they don't want to take chances here.
Yeah, she did pull off a quite crazy score in order to take that point away from Germany. And I see Ice first pick for Philippines, DT1, instantly into that speed.
DT1 pick, okay. Don't even see that in the chat.
You reckon?
Oh, possibly. I think the speed pick is very good. It's questionable on how strong Austria is on that speed. They did struggle a bit more, and they did ban at No Mod 5. So I think DT1 or DT2 are both very possible. DT2 is a bit more challenging than DT1, I think. So I think they might be going more towards DT2 instead of the DT1.
Or what about a different change of pace? Oh, calling that out perfectly. Absolute perfection.
Yeah, the DT2 is a very difficult map. It is a combination of speed and field control. Very slight techie, but not really. It's really just the speed field control. It's very challenging. Some doubles, some triples, and changing up patterns. So you can kind of fall apart on this map, really. So if Austria has prepared that very well and Philippines slip up a few times, this could go towards the side of Austria, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. Austria gotta be clenching their butt cheeks here together and try their best.
Yeah, I wouldn't count them out yet. There's a lot to trip up on all of these maps, I would say. Even if you are confident, there's that range of skill that, depending on the day, you can get a really high score that you didn't expect. Maybe on your opponent does just a tiny mess up and just cuts the score in half.
Yeah. One other thing, there is also another match at the same time here on the B stream. Saudi Arabia versus the Netherlands on the B stream. Make sure to check that out as well. Try to watch both of these at the same time. And yeah, teams are getting ready. Players are getting in. Not everybody for the Philippines yet.
You just get that bit of tapping in right beforehand. Quite a common strategy, I'd say. Not sure if you played many tournaments, but just get just that 10-15 seconds, it does really help out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just getting the grip in your hand, making sure nothing slips off. It happens too often, honestly, still in tournaments that you just start with a bad grip here. And sometimes I just like prepare, like start playing the map, and I have the grip that works, and I just keep holding it and totally lobby like that while holding the grip.
I'm not sure if you've heard of the Halo Watcher strat of what happened to him when he tried to do that for an extended period of time.
Okay, what happened?
He went to the toilet and I think he dropped his pen into it.
No!
he had the ultimate grip. Unfortunately, he didn't hold it quite hard enough. And we do get started into the map. Get that DT going.
Yes. DT2 Austria versus the Philippines. Is Austria, despite being seed 31, gonna be able to fight here well? Bencho not wanting to have that here, or is Philippines gonna be sweeping this away on their own pick, on the first pick, most confident pick, if I would say here?
Yeah, I did mention last time when I was commentating about the different pick strategies. Like loads of teams and players like to go from strongest to weakest, but in the school of thought, like Bubbleman and such, they like to go from lower to from the lowest confidence to the highest confidence, and just save those last picks if needed.
Yeah, we see some accuracy struggles here on the Austrian side. First person to break is gonna be pitting. No answers here from the Philippines. Gonna be taking a little bit score towards the side. It's growing and growing, and Austria needs the Philippines to break here, but none of them seem to be taking any chances here.
Yeah, looking quite strong for on the Philippines side, and just a tiny bit of accuracy, more combo gaming on the Austria side. But if they can keep holding to their combos, they can pull something through.
Yes, Bencho not having a good time today. Yeah.
It seems like Francesco having some internet issues. But
yeah, we
that show with a miss actually.
Just to say that, so that's 4 FCs still on the side of Philippines, but perhaps is now the first person on the side of Philippines to fall. Deisho immediately trades back. It was the low-up combo. It's still FCs here on Fruit Cup, of course, the star player of the Austrian team, and Teppy, a long-standing tournament player. I think even the old commentators might know Teppy still. But look at these accuracies on the side of Austria. It's just they seem to be struggling here quite a bit, even for the FCs.
Yeah, I mean, Teppy actually had an A rank. I think he's dropping a few 50s there, but holding onto that combo, like still holding with desperation onto it.
Yeah, score difference already 570,000. The map is pretty much over, and that's gonna be the point here for the Philippines on their first pick, on the first map. But Austria still had a 2 FCs on their side. They're not without a fight. It's a very solid, strong score here with 3 million on the Austrian side. But against a score of almost 3.8 million on the side of Philippines, it's just too much of a challenge here. Yeah, now it is gonna be the time for the Austrian side. I don't know, I see, okay, immediately going for the 3-mod-3, did not even wait, they were ready for that. Seems like some of the players might have just practiced it right before, and they are now locked in.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of that gimmicky Amy style map. I mean, that Austria does want to go for, I reckon. Once again, this is a very different map to what we saw before. CS 2.8, AL9.5, but you want to get that. You want to play a tiny bit in solo once again, get adjusted to aiming maybe a bit faster than you expect because of that lower CS. And I reckon we might be seeing a bit of overmodding on both sides of the lobby.
Yeah, so I kind of expect Austria to have Teppy Fango. I want to see Teppy Fango play that easy here.
Easy here, oh. I mean,
easy
I'm
multiplier 2.8x. Teppy Fangirl is capable of that, I believe.
I don't doubt that, but I see that CS 2.8, my mind immediately rushes towards that hard rock. That hard rock overmod, probably on the Philippine side.
Very possible. We see Sunny. Sunny also possibly able to play here that easy. We've seen him play it before.
And in the case we do see it easy, the score that you see at the bottom does reflect the multipliers.
Yes, so multipliers are counted in Philippines are starting here's Tappy Fangirl. And if Tappy Fangirl has no easy, I would be disappointed here. Fruit Cup, of course, perma lobbying as always, trying their best. Fruit Cup can play everything. Tappy could play easy. Tappy could theoretically play easy, but probably is going to play hidden or harder. Could be playing both. Ayukiro is gonna be playing. I don't know. All of the players in Team Austria can play hard rock and hidden, except Tappy Fangirl, who is certainly known for hidden and easy.
What if she goes for that easy hidden?
I don't think so. That would go crazy, but I don't think so.
And everything's about to get revealed in a few seconds' time as the map gets started. We do see it easy on Tappy Fangirl. No easy on the side of Philippines. Oh, and Fruit Cup's on the wrong map for some reason. He wants to play that DT2 once again.
Yeah, she really not starting on the red maps, not good start. But all of these players are now going on. You can immediately see on the side of Tappy Fangirl. And it's early breaks here. Right at the beginning already.
I'm really enjoying this laser sounds.
Yeah. Ayukiro kind of struggling here on that hidden. Of course, the map is getting very difficult here at the beginning on that easy on that hidden. Francisco keeps trading back, just not a low accuracy. Tappy and Fruit Cup are falling though. Gabber now as well. It's gonna be Zanny on Jitterish on these FC versus Tappy Fangirl on the FC.
Yeah, and I'm surprised how much
of an
advantage Austria was able to keep that. I guess I'm really underestimating that easy multiplier.
Yeah, look at the accuracies as well here. Fruit Cup on a 97%. This map is so difficult to hack, and she's like doing such a good job. Of course, Zanny on the side of Philippines also doing incredible, but the rest of the team just around 90% accuracy. And then we have Tappy Fangirl, and we don't even talk about that.
Yeah, she's in a league of her own right now in this match, in this map. 99.
Look at that! Yeah, Austria looking really strong on this free mod here.
Yeah, I mean all the scores other than Tappy Fangirl is matching a score each on the Philippine side, and Tappy Fangirl just making a massive difference with that easy FC.
Yes, is Tappy Fangirl gonna be able to hold all the way through the end? It looks good, and oh no, unfortunately breaks here right towards the end, but damage already done. 600,000 point advantage for the side of Team Austria.
Yeah, Fruit Cup's actually on that recovery combo. He has that 700 combo that's being matched by just 2 players.
Yeah.
But unfortunately was not enough for the Philippine side.
Austrian, the woman dream team, Tappy Fangirl and Fruit Cup, both of them are carrying essentially their team here to victory.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't quite expect to see. I mean, I'm going kind of blind into this map, but I didn't expect to see these kind of low accuracy. But it does make sense that OD10 paired with the very low BPM, as well as a few slider ends that you need to catch. It does make a lot of sense.
Even with no one on hidden, this map is very challenging ridden wise, and the sliders on the Scorpio 2 are just so difficult to hack here. The score from Tappy Fangirl is, by the way, 1.1 million. Around that. And here we see the DT1. So your prediction came one map later here from the Philippines. It is a map to be expected. I think both of them were perfectly expected to come.
Yeah, this is quite a classic map. I love this map.
Yes, and I think this is the last speed map here in the pool. Of course, the No Mod 5 being banned by Austria. So Philippines, I think, are gonna be confidently taking this. Although this map is rather on the easier side of the pool, I would say.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Some of the jumps can cause a few misses.
Yeah, some of the jumps certainly can catch you off guard here. 278 show a BPM, it shows in game. It's very bursty, but you can due to the low OD, you can kind of cheese them out, really. If you can tap that, you get some really good accuracy, and I think we're gonna see a few FCs, and gonna be it's once again, like, we've seen Philippines be so consistent on these speed picks, on these DT tapping picks. It's just so difficult for Austria, despite a 3 million score, on the DT2, which is an amazing score. Just not able to win that, and I'm a bit worried here for the Austrian side on this pick for the Philippines.
I think we saw like a lot of low accuracy on the side of Austria, and as you mentioned, that lower OD, it could play into their favor a tiny bit, being able to match that and be able to like not have that much of an accuracy deficit to the Philippines, who are already on high accuracy, not really benefiting as much as the Austrian players.
On the contrary, you have this 278 BPM. I don't know. I think none of these players in the team of Austria are that confident on this BPM. I see Pittinger being able to confidently play that. Ayukiro should be like, I know Ayukiro is able to play like 255 bursts and stuff, but it's almost 30 BPM more. So yeah, I don't know what to expect here, probably.
Oh, we're gonna have to find out in this short moment right now. To get started once again.
I think all players perfectly capable of seeing this map. Frutka for once not playing.
Only miss for Icro, but that shouldn't really matter to the end. Just
yeah, Sunny missing here as well.
Tiny bit of combo call from their sides.
Yeah, but the accuracy is still keeping it to the side of Philippines, and the score seems to be growing, honestly. Aikiro here, the 93% here starting into this map. Just struggling on this BPM, it seems like. I think a lot of times too late. The three teammates are still standing strong. It's next miss here from Francisco on the side of Philippines. So that's
right there.
Oh, a match by Tepi, I did not see that. It's once again.
And Miss on Jitters now is actually given an advantage to Austria. With 2 FCs, with one, basically 3 FCs. 2
Issue
FCs
missing here. It's not good. Not faring well here for Austria. 1 FC here left with the recovering combo from Aikiro. Almost an FC. We'll count it as an FC, I guess. But it's a lot closer than one might think. Score is dead in the middle, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, the Philippines does have an ACK advantage, but Austria just, on their players, do have a tiny bit more combo at this moment. But the ACK advantage that the Philippines are having is pulling that lead over to their side a tiny amount as we progress through the map.
Yeah, and ACK, and going this way, ACK might really play a role in these scores here, but still a lot of way to go. Half of the map is over. This map gets a little bit more difficult, but it is throughout very consistent. Getting here now through the free combo power. It's unlikely that anybody is going to miss here. We've seen it still, of course, but
I mean, it's cool the speed player miss for a reason.
Yes. Oh, here we go. A little bit of a break session before we start getting back into it to see the scores, see how close it is, and the pressure is going to be ramping up now.
Yeah, I'm about to get into the next bursty part. Will we see more ACK drops inside of Austria, or will they be able to keep up and start taking that lead over to their side?
Pittinger missing here on a rather easier part. Very unfortunate. No answers, of course, here from the Philippines on a part like this. Francisco misses once again on the Philippines, but that's not an FC. Ayukiro now falling, that is the last FC gun for the Austrian side. And with the break here from Tepi, that is gonna seal the deal. Sunny does answer here from the side of Philippines, so the score difference already 300,000. They had their chance now, but unfortunately weren't able to capitalize on that, and score here going towards the side of Philippines. But this got a little bit dangerous, a little bit friskier for the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, it was very close for a very long time until Austria just missed a bit earlier than the Philippines. That allowed them to get an advantage, and they just held on to it, extended it all the way to 500k.
Yes.
Just 1 FC on the board. I mean, we kind of expect like maybe 2 FCs even on the side of Philippines, but it's still not that bad of a performance, I would say, for them.
Yeah, certainly. pool is of course very different from the last waves. We have seen teams that have performed like incredible, like Indonesia, for example, who have pretty much had the best performance of the entire round of 32. Kind of fell apart on this week's pool, so very different. And we are seeing once again Austria going into the Fremont 2. I think you can guess who's going to play that hidden mod. I might see it even overmodding here the hidden.
You reckon an overmod on that hidden?
Or a overmod on the hidden. I would say it's gonna be 2 hidden, 1 hard rock probably.
Yeah, once again, I'm more hard rock filled on these kinds of maps. I love going hard rock, playing that CS 6.5 on AR10.
Yeah, and no easies of course, because the easy mode player is 1.2x. Of course, Tepe Fangirl is gonna be FCing, but it doesn't matter, you know. It's a very different kind of Fremont 2. It feels like it's a very ulty map.
This is quite ulty and very spaced with the ult itself. It's like, I think, if I remember correctly, this has like space triples.
I love single tapping this map. I really enjoy single tapping this map. Don't ask me why I can do it, but for some reason it's like really doable for me.
And you got that dog in you. That lion resides. You just gotta pull him out.
It's essentially just a chump map, honestly. Like a very flowy chump map if you single tap it. That's the ultimate tactic. Yeah, we see Sunny coming in, Gabber. The thing about Sunny is Sunny likes to play hidden, I think, more, but very capable also on the hardware. Gabber, main carry here of the Philippine side, just incredible performance throughout the entire tournament. I see Frutka being back.
Yeah, once play that you mentioned being the perma lobby, he's back. He's back to wreak havoc onto the Philippines. Looks like there's some tech issues on the Philippines side, but I think they've just sorted it out now. Delaying the start of the map.
Yes, they're gonna be taking their time, gonna get ready, making sure to motivate each other. And we see the good luck have funds coming out here. They're getting into it. The Fremont 2 is Austria gonna be able to win their own pick here? We see a double hard work here, in fact, on the side of both teams, so that's a bit unexpected for me. But Happy Finger on it hidden. Who would have expected that? Ooh.
Oh, you said that she was gonna FC, but that's already over. That dream's already over.
I mean, on the easy, she would of course have seen it.
Yeah,
of course, very different. But generally, a map I would give her to FC. This is very much in her playstyle. Unfortunately, with that early miss, it's not gonna be an FC anymore. And here is slight beginner's advantage once again on the side of Philippines. Tepe Fangirl just not being able to hit it. Very unlike her. And Tepe breaking as well. That's not a good start here for the Austrian side on their own pick.
Yeah, they have two players just missing like one after another, while Philippines is just holding strong with a 4-way AFC to make that 3-way AFC.
This map is only gonna get harder, and the further you go into this map, and we see Austria falling apart.
There's no FCs on the side of Austria, with about 3 FCs on Philippines. All of those combos are basically uncontested, and they're just getting away with it right now.
Here, Chitterich does fall on the side of Philippines, but Sani and Gava, both these incredibly strong players, some of the strongest players on their roster, holding strong here. Very unfortunate misses here from the Austrian side. Probably did not go the way they intended it to go, and I think they're gonna be a bit angry about these misses.
I mean, what can you do here? I mean, 2 FCs with 2 good supporting scores on the side of Philippines. I mean, this one is about as well as the Philippines could have hoped for. And then once Heavy Fangirl took a bit extra time to get adjusted, but she does reverse and close out the reverse choke with a pretty decent score herself.
Yeah, unfortunately on their own pick, losing by 700,000 points, not a good start, and I think they're gonna be pretty angry. I'm sure they knew that they can do better scores, and yeah, aside of Philippines, we see like that Gabriel's S FC
Yeah, I
on
mean,
that
look at the
Nomad
miscounts here.
and Sunny as well. Like even the accuracy on Sunny, for example, just looking so good.
Yeah, the miscount very low on on all players of Austria, while Francesco was struggling with that 14 miss. But everyone else looking quite strong in the whole lobby.
But yeah, it's gonna be the first breakpoint here. Philippines taking the lead here. There's no more speed maps, but there's still a lot to pick and choose from. They could just go for the Nomad 2, honestly.
And we might be seeing a different mod pool, because all we've seen is double times and free mods. Very different to what I experienced last time, where with just one map of mod capture was being picked.
Yeah, I don't see Philippines picking maps like the Nomad 3. I think it's a bit too dangerous, but Nomad 2 might be very much in it. Hard Rocks also possible. Hidden One, I don't know. I think they're a little bit worried possibly about Tepifenko. I think Hidden One might be more of a pick here for the Austrian side, and it's Nomad 3. That is I don't know. That is a bit of a risky pick against some of these Austrian players. But I'm sure they've done their homework. I'm sure they've done a good preparation. They're gonna be more prepared, of course, than Germany last week. And very snappy map. Very, very difficult snappy map, and it's as snappy as it gets, really. The entirety of Team Austria seems to be in the lobby already. Once again, the Power Girls Fruit Cup and Tepifenko in here, joined this time by Chi-chan. Generally, their tapping player can also play ult, and Tepi, who's kind of able to play everything as well.
You know the Austrian side quite well. Do you reckon Chi-chan might be trying that single tap on this map?
No.
No?
No.
No chance?
No chance.
And I really love to see a single tap from any of these players.
Unfortunately, I have not seen. I've always checked for on the normal trades and stuff for the single tap, but I think this map is also very stamina intensive, which is 140 BPM. It's essentially like just non-stop 280 BPM single tap. So I don't think we're gonna be seeing that. Nobody in the Austrian team are like single taps. Throat Cup does at times, but certainly not at the Alden. She's certainly a person to look out for here for Nomad 3s. I've seen her do some crazy stuff. Of course, yeah, I do know the Austrian team. I am Austrian, and I know all of these players. And I've also been very involved, of course, in FWC team building here. And yeah, but I don't know, against Philippines, just such a difficult one against these main carries, Gabbers, Sani, Perhab, like these insanely strong players, Chitters, of course, as well. We'll see how this one will go. Of course, some of these patterns, super complicated. First miss here from Perhab, Lobo, a slip up here right at the beginning. Does not mean much. It's a bit of a longer map, almost 4 minutes here.
The thing that would matter here more is the accuracy, and Usher does seem to be suffering a bit more, but it's not that significant at this point. We do see a miss from Ji-chan, let's say that.
Yeah, Ji-chan and shaking here with the cursor, maybe misread here a little bit, maybe a little bit overwhelmed with some of these patterns.
And did get matched by Zany just now, so Austria once again a kind of a full advantage to their side.
Yeah, but Chi-chan breaking once again. Sunny, not a person you would expect him is, Tepifenko at 99% falling as well. It's only gonna be a fruit cup on Tepi on the side of Team Austria, perhaps falling on the side of Philippines. It's 2 FCs to 2 FCs, but the recovering combos are a bit higher here on the side of Team Philippines. Well, never mind, it's gonna be 1 FC versus 2 FCs.
Yeah, Tepi matching one of the FCs on the Philippines side, but that one of those FCs not being matched on the Austria side. Very low combo on their side, which is allowing the Philippines to just start dragging on score along.
Ooh, Gabber shaking here a little bit.
70k now.
They were almost misread here, just got a really lucky hit here. Saw the 50 here as well, and and the accuracy dropped by like 1.5%. Chitterish does fall though, so there's still a chance for Austria to be taking the Sani with the recovering combo falling. So the combos are looking a lot better here on the side of our Team Austria right now.
Yeah, it's 1 FC to 1, and the combos on Austria that aren't the FCs are way higher now. And they're gonna start pulling that score along.
Oh, Gabber missing!
1 FC to 0! Austria scores are uncontested on Philippines.
And the score is going very quickly towards the side to Austria. Despite being such a long map, the score is flying towards the side. Chichan falling, but not the most important combo here. Like the least important combo, I would rather say. The players know Tappy is going to be falling, but still a combo advantage for the Austrian team because there's no answers here from the Filipinos.
Yeah, Tappy has dragged that score all the way to the side of Austria, and now the two supporting combos that Austria does have are just keeping that in place and dragging it further along even.
Still a lot of time left. If any of these supporting combos here from the Austrian side are falling, this could immediately go towards the side of the Philippines, who are building up combos once again.
Yes, all to play for. It depends on how many more misses we're going to see from either side. That's going to be the key factor on who gets to get his point.
Yeah, 1/4 of the map left. Tepfango builds up big recoveries. A Gabber breaking here on the side of Philippines. That's probably one of the best misses we want. But Philippines here, Fruit, Jesus Christ, Fruit Cup falling. It's only Tepfango here on a big combo.
Getting caught out by that side of the management combo. And it's one combo to 2, but that it's basically being matched by those 2 players.
Tepfango breaking here, and now Philippines has the advantage to take this away once again on their own pick to steal the score back.
Yeah, it's gonna get very close as we're ending near the end of the map, but more breaks on the side of Austria, and everyone holding strong on the side of the Philippines is dragging it along. That score is now 25k, 30k, 40k. And I think that kind of just seals the deal. Just Austria collapsing at just a tiny amount on the end.
Yeah, a bit of a collapse here, and unfortunately, almost were able to steal away this breakpoint. This would have been an amazing win, but Philippines are gonna be stealing this away.
Yeah, it was looking quite dire at the start for Austria, but they were able to start pulling it back, and right at the end, they had the win snatched away from them.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chichan just wasn't able to get it through. They needed his support, and unfortunately, just not able to hold these combos. Only 340 combos is just not enough in a tournament of this level.
Looking at the scores on the Philippines, it's like 400k, 500k on each player. And it's almost the same thing for Austria, as you mentioned, with Chichan just on that lower score, and that's what made all the difference.
Yeah, Chichan not a very experienced tournament player, and I think we can see that here with just the performance of Chichan overall in the tournament for now. It seems like he's struggling a bit with this pressure.
Yeah, but if he's able to walk away from this match and realize that I could have played better and give himself a bit more confidence for the next time he plays, he could be a savior for next year. This is the kind of this is how players are born. You just throw yourself into the fiery pits of tournament hell, and then you just come out a stronger man or a stronger woman.
Absolutely, it is. You need to grind these tournaments, otherwise you're never gonna be able to control these nerves. Even the most experienced players get nervous. In order to really beat these nerves, you essentially have to play like 5 tournaments every weekend to lose these nerves. I've talked to a few tournament players in regards to that. Even if they stop playing like every weekend and like just play, only 1 match per weekend, they start getting super nervous in matches again. So yeah, we've seen a normal 1 pick here from Team Austria. Interesting.
Custom number 1 on a very known song of Miro.
I've never heard this song before in my life.
The Tatoe song.
Yeah. We see Sparksy for the first time in this match, jumping in first cup, of course, staying. I would be expecting Pittinger, who's the main aim player of the Austrian team here as well, and Sani, of course, stays in as well. Yeah.
Did we see Philippines play this kind of map last week? Do you
I
know?
don't think so.
You can quickly go
I think
fact
we've
check this
seen
if they
that.
did play that number 1.
I'm looking at the scores right now, and we see no score here from the Philippines. And I've had a list of scores even from the qualifiers. Qualifiers, of course, was a lot higher BPM. They received 13 here on the qualifiers on the side of the Philippines, whilst Austria was not that high of a seeding. They did break a bunch of times, seeded quite low on that number 1.
It could be that they're more confident on this kind of map, or it's just a bit more space or less BPM.
Yes, it is lower BPM. You are absolutely right on that, and it's going to be aim. They are a good aim team, surely. But it's certainly a huge coin flip against a so strong aim team like the Philippines. I think they're a bit of the back footer here, but certainly not out of it. But it's gotta be a close one, I feel like.
I mean, it's kind of been the story of this whole match where it's been very close, and it's just come down to 1 or 2 misses. We are getting started on this map. Are we going to see anyone trip up once again on the early parts?
It's very consistent. My map is very consistent. Has a lot of spikes, like consistently spiky. Honestly, like it's this type of number 1 farm map you kind of expect here. And time for the Mr. Panic button to be pressed.
About that. We do see 4 combos on the side of Philippines, with the Fruit being the only person to miss on the side of Austria. But it's early doors, it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter, you say, but we've seen some really close matches on this weekend, on the last weekend as well, so every single miss matters, and maybe it's just to get the nerves out, honestly. Maybe it's a good thing for the Austrian side for Fruit Cup to miss up that early, because she can just FC the rest of the map now that she's finally missed.
Yeah, I love missing on this style of maps. Just get the nerves out of the way, make sure that I'm not in the best score that I could be putting up.
We see here 2 misses on the side of Austria, only traded by 1 person, Ninja on the side of Philippines missing out. Oh, never mind, Gabber also missed, so it's 2 FCs versus 2 FCs.
Yeah, that Fruit Cup scores is basically an FC at this point.
Look at the accuracy of pitting here, and that really shows here also in the score, despite both of these teams still having 2 FCs. Well, 1 recovering combo, there's no 2 FCs anymore on the Austrian side to score 80,000 points just on the backs of the accuracy of the 99% of all of these players on the side of Philippines.
Yeah, I mean, the Philippines have 1 extra supporting combo that's just keeping the score there and pushing it towards their side a bit more. The advantage all the way up to 100k now.
Yes. Seems like everyone is warmed up on the aim here. Of course, going into these aim kind of maps, it's very easy to break early on. The further you get into it, the more stronger you feel. Perhaps here with 99.6% Chi-chan just not feeling it, it seems like. And no, both the higher combos here on the side of Austria falling. Philippines gonna be stealing this away. It seems like half the map is over, but Austria needs a miracle right now. Austria needs the entirety of Philippines to pretty much break theirs. They cannot be a single FC left on the Filipino side, and I don't know. I don't think Philippines gonna let them the chance here.
Yeah, Pittinger's like the only one with a significant combo, and it's being matched by all players of the Philippines side, unfortunately for Austria.
And that is not a good miss once again here from Spark. Missing on that slider on that slow part. Why are sliders so toxic?
I mean, if you just start like aiming a bit too early on them, like you start following them, you're just gonna miss it. Unfortunately, that's the conclusion I've come to. You just kind of have to treat it like a circle.
Essentially, I always keep tapping them too early.
It's now just 1 FC on the side of Philippines. Literally did drop his combo there. but 1FC and 2 very good supporting combos.
560,000 combo, 1/4 of the map is left. Philippines would need, like every single of their players would need to miss a few more times, while Austria would need to FC the rest of the map for all 4 players, it feels like. Especially here, the density is just not increasing. Fruit Cup missing here, and I think that seals the deal. Unfortunately, Austria gonna be kicked out of the tournament by the Philippines, by such a strong roster, maybe even the strongest team here on the loser bracket. Here miss onside of Perhab, but it's just not enough time.
Yeah, we did see that miracle come a bit too late for Austria. Everyone did break on the side of Philippines, in particular did hold onto his combo, but unfortunately it's not enough for him. If this had happened like maybe like 30 seconds earlier, maybe a bit more, Austria could have had the chance at this point.
They certainly could have had they certainly had a chance here. But unfortunately just not being able to pull through here, some unfortunate misses, especially towards the beginning, maybe losing some confidence here. And yeah, that's gonna be it. GG here. Austria taking 1 point here away on this insane free mod 3 here against the Philippines, but Philippines just being too much of a juggernaut here for Austria to steal us away. And yeah, this is gonna be it for this match on the B stream. On a second stream, we still have a match going on, I believe.
Yeah,
make sure to go there.
3-2 right now.
It's going to be 3-2 here. Okay, perfect. That's like a very exciting match, and I hope you guys need to kind of check this out. I think we'll be rating the stream now in a moment. On the other note, we have at 15 UTC, so in 1 hour and 20 minutes, Germany versus Finland. Certainly not a match to miss here, and that's it. That's gonna be it here for the stream, for the match here. I've been joined by MALTESER. Thank you so much for commentating with me here.
No worries. Thank you very much for carrying my little butt.
Alright, then I wish you guys a wonderful time and have fun.
「